When I was 23, I got a job that required a lot of late-night driving. I worked for a small delivery company, and most of my routes were in the outskirts of town, through back roads and highways that barely anyone used at night. I didn't mind. I liked the quiet, and driving alone gave me time to think. But there's one route I'll never forget, a road I'll never drive again. It was about 1 in the morning when my boss called me. A last-minute delivery, just a small package that needed to get to a farmhouse outside of town. I was tired, but I needed the money. He gave me the address, and I typed it into my GPS. The route looked simple enough. A straight drive down one highway, then a turn onto a rural road. At first, everything was normal. The highway was empty, the sky clear, a full moon hanging over the fields. I rolled the windows down, let the night air in, and even turned on some music to keep myself awake. After about 20 minutes, my GPS told me to exit onto a smaller road. I'd never been down it before. The road was narrow, surrounded by dense trees on both sides. My headlights barely seemed to cut through the darkness. I drove carefully, expecting deer to jump out at any moment. After a few minutes, the road began to curve and twist more than I expected. My GPS said I had about 10 miles left, but something about the drive started to feel wrong. The trees seemed endless. No street signs, no mailboxes, no houses. Just forest. And then I noticed something. My odometer ticked past 5 miles, then 6, then 7. But I hadn't seen a single landmark. No crossroads. No turnoffs. Just the same stretch of road repeating again and again. I told myself I was just tired, that I wasn't paying attention. But then I passed something that made my stomach drop. On the side of the road was a broken-down car. Rusted old, sitting half in the ditch. I slowed down, checked it out as I passed. There was no one inside, no license plate. Just an empty, abandoned car. I drove on unsettled. But a few miles later I saw it again. The same car, same rust, same missing plate, parked in the same ditch. I knew it was impossible, but there it was. I felt a cold sweat break across my neck. I glanced at my GPS. It still said 10 miles to go. 10 miles, no matter how far I drove. Then I saw something else, a figure on the side of the road. At first I thought it was a hitchhiker. A tall man standing still, facing the trees. I slowed down but didn't stop. His clothes were old, ragged. His hands hung stiff at his sides. And just as I passed him, his head turned, slowly. Too slowly. His face was pale, his eyes completely black. I pressed the gas and sped past, heart pounding. When I looked in the rearview mirror, he was gone. I wanted to turn around, but the road was too narrow. I kept going, praying I'd reach the farmhouse soon. But the GPS never changed, always 10 miles. And the deeper I drove, the stranger it got. Shadows moved between the trees, keeping pace with my car. Sometimes I'd catch glimpses of pale faces staring out from the forest, vanishing when my headlights hit them. Once, I swear, I saw a child running alongside the road, its feet not even touching the ground. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I slammed the brakes, pulled over, and tried to turn around. But when I spun the wheel and pointed back the way I came, my stomach dropped. The road behind me wasn't the same. It was darker, narrower. The trees seemed to lean closer, their branches hanging low like skeletal arms. I drove anyway, faster and faster. My GPS froze. My phone lost all signal. The air inside the car grew heavy, hard to breathe. I kept driving until my headlights caught something in the distance. A sign. At first I felt relief. Any sign meant civilization. But when I got closer, I realized it was just a wooden board nailed to a post. The words were hand-painted, messy, almost carved into the wood. It said, "No exit." That's when the car stalled. Out of nowhere, the engine cut. The lights went off. I was plunged into complete darkness. I tried the key again and again, but nothing. And in that silence, I heard it. Footsteps, dozens of them, all around the car. Slow, dragging footsteps circling me. I didn't dare look, but I felt eyes on me from every side. I don't remember what happened next. I must have blacked out. The next thing I knew, I was on the highway again. My car was parked on the shoulder, engine running, headlights on. My phone had service. My GPS was blank, no address in it. I checked the back seat. The package was still there. I delivered it the next morning, but I never told my boss what happened. To this day, I can't find that road on any map. I've looked for it, driven the highways at night hoping to find the turnoff. But it's like it doesn't exist. Or worse, like it only appears when it wants to. And I pray it never appears to me again.